So the other problem with the mind is that this perception of illusionary separation, it creates fear. And actually, if you don't know, but again, if you went through the program, you know what fear is. Fear is how this illusion of separation feels in our body. We might not even be aware of it, but truly the main cause of fear, and all types of fear that exist, they have one root cause. People say, psychologists say, I'm also a psychologist, but let me show you kind of beneath the first layer of understanding. So the root cause is not actually the fear of death. The main issue here is that we feel separation. This feeling, this even almost subconscious feeling, this perception of separation from everything, from each other, from other people, from the external world, from everything that exists, this illusion of being separate and being individual is the cause of fear. This is the main cause of fear. From this perception of separation, when you feel detached, when you are without roots, it feels like we are detached from the source. And this is true, because the source is who we are. When we feel we are detached from who we are, this is where the problems begin. And all sorts of fears, they all come from this one first thing. So this is actually the purpose and the mission of the mind, to maintain this individuality. As I said, the mind is the buffer between unity and individuality. And basically, mind is fear. And mind maintains the illusion of separation. So when we have fear, this is getting interesting, then we will never truly have 100% knowledge, understanding, or I can call it a belief, but it's not strong enough of a word, in something that we want to manifest. Okay, let me put it this way. When you feel separate and you don't know who you truly are, and you have this fear as the basis of everything you do, everything you think, then in this case, whatever you wish for, this fear will be embedded into it, correct? Do you get this logic? So any desire that arises in you will have fear as the base, because fear is in the base of everything we think and do. So whenever we have any desire, we have fear attached to it. They're not separate. They are not. They're just one and the same. And when we have fear in the base of our desire, what are the chances that it will manifest? Let me explain. The energy of this creative force that we are is completely split, because fear is something that tells internally within us, oh, it might not happen, or I probably don't deserve it, or what if this will not come true? All these thoughts, they split this energy force, this creative force that would otherwise, with our focused, correct attention, laser focused attention, transfer from energy into matter. Look at this formula, right? Energy and matter are interchangeable. So when we don't have enough energy, or our energy is split and goes different ways, like for example, one part of us says, I want this. And somewhere deeper, we have this foundation, this fear, it will not happen, or it may not happen. Even the slightest doubt, it might not happen, it's already usually enough for this desire to not manifest. But I don't even want to talk about like specific desires. Let me put it this way. For the conscious creation to happen, for us to be able to create consciously this reality, we cannot have any doubts. It is just not going to work. Can you imagine the creator, God, who sits there and like, it's a metaphor obviously, but just think about it. I doubt, I don't know, will that work if I will create that? You see what I'm saying? It's not congruent vibrationally with who we truly are. So we will not be able to create reality at our will, which is also the will of God, because we are God. So fear is the reason. Fear that creates inner conflicts, these internal conflicts, whether I will have it or not, whether it will work or not, or maybe it will not happen, maybe I don't deserve it, and blah, blah, blah. This is what sucks a lot of energy out of this stream of creative force that should and would otherwise materialize energy into matter. So what we do in Meta Spirituality's teaching, we eliminate fear and all the internal conflicts, but we are not working with them one by one, like plucking the weeds from the soil, because they're just gonna keep growing. What we do, we change and shift our identity so that you actually seal that rift between who you are and who you perceive yourself to be. You almost eliminate your mind, this buffer, and you start residing in this unity consciousness, even though you still keep your mind, because you cannot function without the mind, because mind is necessary for us to express ourselves, to talk, like, think, everything. The majority of people also believe that, ego, mind, we need to get rid of it. This is absolutely not the case. We cannot get rid of the mind, nor this is necessary at all. But we can exist simultaneously in a superposition. This is a quantum physics term, in superposition. We can exist in two worlds simultaneously. We can know who we truly are. We can know that we are this God and unity, the creative force that exists in everything and everyone. Yet we are also at the same time exist in this individual body.